So thank you. So today my class would be on the basically the practical problem which the input tax credit, so GST computation, and then I will try to take up all the other topic in short. So one or two questions from all the topic, and then we will complete our discussion. This would be the agenda for the today class. So before starting the question, before starting the main practical problem, let me ask some of the basic question from all of you so that we can start the rhythm and then we'll switch to the practical problem. Can you please tell me the input for taking the input tax credit? Will the transaction should appear in my GSTR 2A or GSTR 2B? Can you please confirm? So video quality clear nahi hai. Okay. I think would it be okay now? Please confirm my question. Taking the input tax credit, the amount should appear in GSTR. Answer is GSTR 2B. Answer is GSTR. Sir, kindly allow me 2-3 minutes and then I will start the discussion. Kindly allow, and then we would be able to start the discussion. So एक बार confirm करें, is that audio and video is okay? Audio and video is okay, sir? Video would be the less quality because I am sitting in the place where less light is there. But otherwise, audio and video is okay. It's all right. Fine. So fine. So I was asking the question that if the amount is being collected from the customer, if the amount is collected from the customer, will it be added in the value? Will it be added in the value if the amount, incidental amount is being collected like toward the packing, etc.? Will that amount be added in the value or not? Will that amount be added or not? Answer is it will be added. It will be added in the value. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. We are starting the question number 1 for today. Ever Sign Private Limited registered supplier located in Rajasthan is engaged in the taxable supplies of packaging goods and consultancy services. It provides the following detail of the various activities undertaken. The supply of the goods worth rupees 18 lakh to Vedi Enterprises, a registered person of the Udaipur, further received rupees 50,000 from Vedi Enterprises toward the freight charges, which was not included in the above value. Please confirm, will it 50,000 be added in the value or not? Will it be added in the value or not? Answer is it will be added in the value. Can you give me the reason why it should be added? Can you give me the reason that why this amount should be added? Can you give me the reason why this amount should be added in the value? Navneet, video quality, matlab, I think, Navneet, are you there? Navneet, are you there? ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, मुझे मैंने आपका पहला मैसेज पढ़ लिया था. तो अगर मैं बात करूं, will it be added in the value? The answer is yes. So I can write simply, so calculation of GST liability. Calculation of GST liability. The calculation of GST liability would be, so let me take from there. Now tell me, if the person is registered in, recipient is registered in Rajasthan, which tax I will charge? Which tax I will charge? Which tax I will charge? It will be IGST, CGST, SGST. So it is an intra-state supply because supplier is also located in Rajasthan. Supplier is also located in Rajasthan, and therefore the tax would be CGST and SGST. Amount will be 18 lakh or 18 lakh 50,000. Amount कितना होगा? Will it be 18 lakh or 18 lakh 50,000? the amount would be 18,50,000. And what is the rate of the taxes? Let me see you. Rate of the GST will be 9 or 9 CGST SGST or 18% IGST. ठीक है. It will be let me, if you like to give the reason, what could be the perfect reason? What could be the perfect reason? I can say the value of incidental expenditure, incidental expenditure like freight, etc., which has been collected from recipient is added in the value. And tell me, will it have the same tax rate or it will have the different tax rate? Who will decide? See, मैंने freight को add तो कर दिया, ये as per section 15 subsection 2 है. See, addition कैसे करूंगा? Because it is being told by the section 15 subsection 2. But which tax rate will be levied? Which tax rate would be levied? Who will decide? Which tax rate will be levied? Who will decide? Is it what? Sorry, amount एक बार amount में कुछ problem है क्या? Let me see the amount again. 18,50,000. Absolutely correct, Anil. It is 18,50,000. कौन decide करेगा? My would be it and everyone. Please select everyone name while giving the reply so that I can see in one glass. At once I can see your answer and I can discuss with you. Now, which provision I will apply? Which provision I will apply for deciding the tax rate? I can say it is added in the value and it is like a composite supply on which tax will be applicable as per same rate of principal goods or services, whatever. I hope this might they can say freight, might be they can say the freight charges is 5% and value of the goods is chargeable to 18%. उस केस में क्या इस फ्रेट पर आप 5% टैक्स लगाओगे? Will you charge 5% on the same transaction? The answer is no. हाँ, अभी आपका विजिबल हुआ. पर नवनीत, मेरा ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप सभी एवरीवन में लिख के दीजिए ताकि मुझे एक बार में दिख जाएगा. I am not required to go to everyone name, individual name. ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही है आपका आंसर. And let me go to the next item. Second item क्या है? Supply of the goods worth 35 lakh to Cal Exim registered person at Uttar Pradesh. Further, the amount of the 60,000 charged separately, not included above, on account of the municipal tax levied in relation to such outward supply. Municipal tax, GST is chargeable on the municipal tax or not? Do I need to charge GST on the municipal tax or not? Or I need to charge simply the GST on the 35 lakh? Give me the reason as well. क्या कारण है कि why you are adding because it is already a tax, so it is exempted. So I have received one reply from Anil that sir, it is exempted because it is a tax only. Other than GST, other than tax will be included. Absolutely correct. Recall the section 15. Recall the section 15 subsection 2 clause A. Just I am writing the section will not give you the additional marks. Writing the section will not give you the additional marks. However, I am writing the section for better clarity only. Section 15 subsection 2 clause A says that any taxes, duties and cess leviable under any law other than GST should be added in the value. So I will charge the GST on 35 lakh 60,000. I will charge the GST on 35 lakh 60,000. Tell me, will it be IGST or will it be C&S? Tell me, will it be IGST or will it be C&S? It will be IGST. It will be IGST. Correct? And what will be the tax rate? We have already discussed the tax rate is same 18%. Third line में आते हैं. Supply of the services to the sunshine registered person in Jodhpur before discount worth rupees 6 lakh. Further, the discount of rupees 30,000 which has been given at the time of the supply and duly recorded in the invoice. What should be the treatment of the discount? I'm just coming in the 1 minute. Please give the answer in the chat. So what is your answer? Supply of the services to the sunshine. Will I include the discount or will I not include the discount? Discount should be excluded from the value because discount is given in the invoice. Very nice. Let's read once again. Supply of the service to the sunshine registered person in Jodhpur before discount is 6 lakh. Discount of 30,000 which has been given at the time and duly recorded in the invoice. So what would be the value on which I will charge the GST? किस वैल्यू पे मैं GST चार्ज करूंगा? The answer is 5 lakh 70,000 count. If it is post supply discount, what is the additional condition to be satisfied so that discount can be excluded? Very nice, very nice. I can say that there are the three conditions. I can say there are three conditions in order to there are three conditions in order to say there are three conditions in order to say that post supply discount will be excluded from the value. मैं तीन कंडीशन की बात कर रहा हूं. Can you add one more point? Shraddha, everyone, can you add one more? So I'm here talking about the three condition. Can you tell me one more condition? The additional condition is linked to the relevant invoices. Do you agree with this? Now everything would be okay, I hope. Agreement, it should be linked to the relevant invoices, and ITC need to be reduced by the recipient if all the three conditions are satisfied. Then the supplier would be able to reduce the liability, or I can say the discount amount should be excluded from the value. Okay. So here I can say, as per section 15 subsection 3 clause A, the discount is given on the face of the discount is given at the time of supply and also duly recorded in the invoice, and therefore the discount should be excluded from the value. ठीक है? Let's move to next point. It deliver the goods worth rupees 2 lakh to the Jivan Solution, the registered person at Bikaner, which is in Rajasthan. On the direction of the Raghu Enterprises, the registered person of Mumbai, Maharashtra, and tax invoice was issued by the ever signed to the Raghu Mumbai. Tell me, what will be the GST? What will be the place of supply? इस ट्रांजेक्शन में प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई क्या होगा? What would be the place of the supply in this transaction? What would be the place of supply in this transaction? what would be the place of the supply in this transaction? I request everyone, we are the 33 participant. Initially, you might face some issue from my side. I do agree, Navneet and everyone, but I think now everything is clear. Requesting everyone to give the response. The place of the supply is Mumbai. Place of the supply would be Mumbai. So which tax would be charged? IGST. And here, if you like to add the reason, then you can simply say as per section 10 subsection 1 clause B of IGST Act, the place of the supply in case of bill to ship to model, the place of the supply in case of the bill to ship to model will be the place of business who is giving the place of the business of third party who is giving the direction to the supplier for delivering the goods at any location, any other location. I hope it is clear. So, do you have any question? One participant has raised the hand. Do you have any question? Please confirm. Anyone have the question? Then simply place of the supply would be Maharashtra, third party, that the person who is giving the direction, therefore the IGST would be charged. ठीक है? Now, what is the total tax liability? What is the total tax liability in this case? Is fine. Now calculation of input tax credit ITC eligible. Eligibility of the ITC. What is the 36,000? Okay, on this particular part you are saying. Okay. Now let's go to the purchase of the raw material from PQR Limited GST registered at Kanpur, goods worth rupees 1 lakh out of the total purchase, goods worth of rupees 1 lakh out of the total purchase was not received during the month. तो अगर goods receive नहीं हुआ तो what is the problem? What you tell regarding the eligibility of input tax credit? Tell me. So, but separate invoice should be there to avail the input tax credit. Whole ITC is eligible to claim. Okay. So, एक बात बताइए मुझे. Harsh, yes, it will be provided. It will be provided. No issue. अब we don't know कि that invoice separate है कि invoice combined है. So invoice separate है या invoice combined है. Assume करते हैं. You will बहुत very Savia, Mrs. Savia Khan, you have highlighted very important point. Now assume that if there is a single invoice, what would be your answer? If it is a single invoice, what would be your answer? If it is a single invoice of rupees 20 lakh, what would be your answer? Will you can't avail until, oh, is it? I cannot avail any ITC. This is my question to all. Assume that it is a single invoice. It is a single invoice. Then or will you not allow the ITC at all? Absolutely correct. If it is a single invoice, then I will not allow any ITC. I will not allow any ITC. So I'm assuming that there are separate invoice. There are separate invoice and there are separate invoice for rupees 1 lakh. And rest all the conditions for claiming the ITC is satisfied. Okay. In that case, now, would you agree that if I'm saying there is a separate invoice, Navneet and Miss Roll, Aslesa Roll, and Mrs. Sabia Khan, please confirm. In that case, if I'm assuming this part, can I avail the ITC of 19 lakh? Now, can I avail the ITC of 19 lakh? Answer is yes. On 19 lakh, now ITC would be available. Will it be CGST, SGST, or will it be IGST? As the goods worth of rupees 1 lakh is not received, and therefore the condition for claiming the ITC as per section 16 subsection 2 clause B of CGST Act is not satisfied, and therefore the ITC to the extent of rupees 1 lakh is not eligible. Is that clear? Any question? I hope it is clear. एक बार quickly confirm कर दीजिए. Then we can let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. I have purchased the machinery of the manufacturing process worth rupees 2 lakh from MPQ Limited, a registered dealer located in Bangalore, Karnataka. Company has claimed the depreciation. Company has claimed the depreciation on full value of the machine, including the GST component. What would be your answer? It is always assumed separate unless and until they will give the information. But for the better clarity, because Mrs. Savia Khan has raised the question, and therefore I have added this point. If depreciation is claimed, ITC blocked under section 17. Mustafa, your point is correct, but your giving the section number is not correct. Let me highlight to all the participants. Giving the section will not give you the added advantage. But if you quote the wrong section, then it is a problem. Is it blocked under section 17.5? No. It is blocked under 16 subsection 3 of GST Act. It is not permitted because of 16 subsection 3 of CGST Act. Therefore, my sincere advice to all the students, please do not quote the section until and unless you are not sure. It will not give the extra mark, but it will reduce the mark. I hope this point is clear now. Audio is not good. Are you getting the problem in the audio? Are you getting the problem in the audio? Just asking. मैं repeat कर दूंगा because of some bad weather in my location and there is a slight issue would be there. So my sincere request to all, if you are getting the problem, let me tell you, I will repeat that point. So I'm sincerely sorry for that. And but अगर फिर भी कोई problem आती है तो मुझे बताइएगा because some electric work is going on in my society in the location, that is why getting the problem. ठीक है. So please to the extent if it is possible, if it is not clear, tell me, I will repeat that provision once again. ठीक है. So now what we will say that in this case, will the ITC be available? Answer is no, no ITC. Why no ITC? As the GST has been claimed on the, sorry, no ITC as depreciation has been claimed on the entire value, including the GST. So no GST. Let me go to the next. Now they are saying goods has been purchased worth of rupees 15 lakh and dealer is located in Ajmer. Tax is charged CGST and SGST. No depreciation is claimed on income tax on the GST component. In this case, ITC would be available or not? In this case, will the ITC be available or not? Will the ITC would be available or not in this case? Answer is available. There is one big doubt among our student. So let me ask the question to all. Is it a correct statement or not correct? Just you need to confirm. If the depreciation has been claimed on any capital assets, then you can't take the ITC at all. मैं repeat करता हूं question. If the depreciation has been claimed even on the taxable value, let me repeat the question, but थोड़ा सा slide change कर रहा हूं. मान लीजिए आपका taxable value is 1 lakh rupees. Tax is 18,000. If it is a capital asset and I have claimed the depreciation on 1 lakh, even though I have claimed the depreciation on 1 lakh, I can't claim the ITC. Is it correct? taxable value in my example, taxable value was rupees 1 lakh. GST was 18,000. My question was depreciation has been claimed on rupees 1 lakh. Depreciation has been claimed on rupees 1 lakh. Can the ITC be claimed or not? क्या आईटीसी मिलेगा इस केस में? So Kuldeep, according to you, ITC will not be available in this case, or ITC would be available? My God. एक बार मुझे रिपीट कीजिए, मैं इस पॉइंट को क्लैरिफाई करना चाहता हूं सभी को. टेल मी, will the ITC be available or ITC will not be available? My request to all the participants. Oh. So, Aslesa, in this example, what would be your answer? Aslesa, in this example, what would be your answer? Because your text is correct. ITC will be available or not? My God. Majority of the participants are saying ITC not available. One or two participants are saying ITC available. Let me repeat my example once again and then tell you the answer. Answer is ITC available. Answer is ITC available. Why it is available? 16 subsection 3. 16 subsection 3 says ITC will not be available if you are claiming the depreciation on GST part as well. In this example, whether depreciation has been claimed on the value including GST or excluding GST. Tell me one thing, whether depreciation has been claimed including GST value or excluding GST value. Question is not visible. So because in this case, depreciation has been claimed on value excluding GST, therefore you can take the ITC. Question is on IT. Question. Abhi, Aslisa, I have asked the question at my own. I have asked the question at my own for the time being. अभी मैंने जो डिस्कशन किया 1 लाख रुपीज का, I have discussed the question which is being framed by me only. Now I am going to the word file and you tell me the answer. You tell me the answer. The purchase truck, in this case, will you allow the ITC or you will not allow the ITC? Read the point number 3 and tell me. Read the point number 3 and tell me, will you allow the ITC or you will not allow the ITC? In this case, ITC is allowed. Give me the reason why the ITC is allowed. In this example, the depreciation and ITC both are being allowed. ITC and depreciation both are being allowed. Still you are saying ITC is allowed. Tell me the reason which I should quote in the solution. Correct. So in this case, I can say company has claimed the depreciation on the taxable value, that is excluding GST. Therefore, the ITC is eligible as per section 16 subsection 3 of CGST Act. So 15 lakh, will it be the CGST and SGST or IGST? Will it be CS or I? Will it be CGST, SGST or IGST? CGST and SGST. Can you give me the numeric example for depreciation excluding GST component? Navneet, can you give me the numeric example for depreciation excluding the GST? So the same example which I talked about. Here I am saying I have purchased the computer or I have purchased the machine of rupees 1 lakh on which the GST is being charged is 18,000. My total value is 1,18,000. Here I will take the ITC. Answer is yes. And because I am claiming the depreciation on rupees 1 lakh. Is it clear or not? You want something different? Do you want something different? So 18,000 ITC will be available. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Anil, you have raised the hand. Any question? Anil, you have raised the hand. Any question? Fine. Let me go to the very important thing and I will ask a couple of questions on this. Now, the company has purchased the car of rupees 10 lakh excluding GST from Ajmer for its director only. Absolutely correct, Naveen. Absolutely correct. That if, Navneet, in this example, suppose in this example, if my answer, if my statement saying that depreciation has been claimed on 1,18,000. So is it including GST or excluding GST? My answer is including GST. Then no ITC. ठीक है. I have purchased the car which is being exclusively used for the director. You tell me, will you give the ITC or not? Will you give the ITC or not? Reason. Also give the reason. Also give the reason why you will not give the ITC. Now let me ask couple of questions. Let me ask couple of questions. If the car is 13-seater, will you give the ITC? If the car is 13-seater, if the car is 13-seater, will you give the ITC? If the car is 13-seater, will you give the ITC? If the car is 13-seater, will you give the ITC? If the car is exactly 13-seater, will you give the ITC? Okay. Is it including driver or excluding driver? Is it including driver or excluding driver? Is it including driver or excluding driver? Let me show you the word. What is written? Is it less than? Is it written less than? No. It is written not more than 13 seating capacity, 13% capacity. इसका मतलब तेरा include है कि तेरा exclude है? It is written not more than 13 seater capacity. The motor vehicle should having the setting approved seating capacity of not more than 13. मतलब अगर 13 है तो it is blocked. 13 is blocked or not blocked? एक बार कंफर्म करें whether 13 seater is blocked or not blocked. The answer is because they have not than 13 seater, because they have used the word not more than 13, therefore 13 is also under the block category. Therefore 13 is also under the block category. So Shraddha, do you agree कि 13 seater capacity वाला भी block category है? Do you agree, right? असलेसा, एक बार मैं वापस बात करता हूं. Let me show you the section. So basically I have shared the screen of the main GST Act. Notwithstanding anything contained in 16.1 or 18.1, the ITC will not be available on the motor vehicle which is used for the transportation of person having approved sitting capacity of not more than 13%. मतलब ITC ब्लॉक है अगर आपने कोई मोटर व्हीकल परचेस किया है जो कि यूज हो रहा है ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन और जिसकी कैपेसिटी कितनी है? नॉट मोर देन 13. मतलब क्या? अगर 13 है तो इसमें इंक्लूड है. whether not more than 13 include 13? Answer is yes, it is include 13, and therefore the ITC is not available if it is a 13 seater capacity. क्लियर है ना? मतलब एग्जाम में अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ गया कि द सिटिंग कैपेसिटी इज 13, might be you are saying that it is allowed, then entire question would be disturbed. Great. ठीक है ना? Now fine, great. I'll ask you very technical question. I will ask multiple question on this. Allow me 5-10 minutes. I am deviating from the main question. Going to the 17.5 clause A only, and I'm asking the multiple short question. Please give the answer. If the vehicle is used for transportation of goods, transportation of my own goods, not the taxable, will you allow the ITC? Will you allow the ITC? ITC available or ITC not available? ITC available or ITC not available? ITC available or ITC not available? See the answer. Again deviation. So my humble request to all the 29-30 participant, all the on okay. So like on business goods, the transportation is let me change the question. I think there is some less clarity. Manufacturing unit and purchase the motor vehicle for moving these goods in my factory. I am not in the business of transportation. What is the answer the ITC available or not? Will the ITC be available or not? नवनीत एक बार वापस वापस बताइए मुझे. Navneet, can you unmute and tell me? Or Shraddha, can you unmute and can you unmute yourself and tell me? Including driver, not available. Aditya, Amit, anyone. I like to listen from any one participant. I like to listen from any one participant. कोई भी पार्टिसिपेंट अनम्यूट करके बोल सकता है मेरे साथ. रेज योर हैंड. ये एयर कंडीशन का आवाज होगा प्रोबेबली, बाकी किसी का नहीं है सर. ये अब तो बिल्कुल रात हो गई है एंड देयर इज नो वन इन माय एंटायर लोकेशन. वेयर एम आई? अच्छा आप सॉरी नवनीत, ओहो आप अपना बता रहे हो, मेरा वॉइस प्रॉब्लम है. नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो नो इश्यू. जस्ट कंफर्म if in this example I am transporting my own business goods, I am the manufacturing unit. ठीक है. I have purchased one motor vehicle for shifting the goods from one location to the another location. I am not in the business of the transportation. It means that motor vehicle is being used in my factory for shifting of the goods from one location to the another location. Whether ITC allowed or not, just tell me yes or no. Give the reason. Give the reason why no ITC. Give the reason why no ITC. मैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा एक बार वापस आंसर दीजिए एंड देन टेल यू माय व्यू ऑन दैट. टेल मी वन थिंग. Tell me one thing, whether motor vehicle is for transportation of person or transportation of goods. Tell me one thing, whether motor vehicle is for transportation of goods or transportation of person. Transportation of goods. Navneet, both कैसे हो सकता है? If I see, when I purchase the forklift or when I purchase any motor vehicle for shifting the goods, how it can be used for, see, actual use irrelevant. When I have purchased, then I have to register in the Motor Vehicle Act. In the Motor Vehicle Act, I have to register either as a transportation of person goods, person vehicle or transportation of goods vehicle. Correct? So it will be only for one purpose. Now tell me, now see, which vehicle is blocked? Motor vehicle for transportation of person is under the block category. Motor vehicle for transportation of person is under the block category. Therefore, whether transportation of goods is under the block category? No, it is allowed. If you are using the vehicle for the transportation of goods, it is always allowed, whether you use that vehicle for your own factory or you use as a transportation business. It is irrelevant. अगर मैं कोई मोटर व्हीकल परचेज करता हूं और उसका यूज मैं अपने गुड्स के ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए करता हूं, इवन दो दिस ट्रांसपोर्टेशन आई एम नॉट इनटू द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सर्विस एट ऑल, स्टिल द ITC be allowed because 17 subsection 5 clause A says 17 subsection 5 clause A says that आप ITC नहीं ले सकते अगर जो मोटर व्हीकल है वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन का मोटर व्हीकल है. इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? मींस ITC अलाउड. नवनीत, ऐसे तो सर मैं व्हीकल खरीद कर ITC ले सकता हूं. हाँ, पर क्या आपको मोटर व्हीकल एक्ट, जब आप किसी मोटर व्हीकल की, मान लो आपने 13 सीटर का कोई मोटर व्हीकल परचेस किया, पर्सन मोटर व्हीकल, लेट्स से यू परचेस द होंडा सिटी, will you go to the registry, will you allow to take the registry in the name of the transportation of goods? आपने होंडा सिटी परचेस किया, क्या आप उस पर्टिकुलर कार की रजिस्ट्री ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स कर सकते हो? छोटा हाथी तो ऐसे भी अलाउड है ना नवनीत। अगर मैंने कोई ट्रांसपोर्टेशन गुड्स वाला व्हीकल परचेस किया तो कभी प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है। सिटिंग कैपेसिटी का क्वेश्चन तब भी आएगा व्हेन यू परचेज द मोटर व्हीकल यूज फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन। ट्रांसपोर्टेशन गुड्स में कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। इट इज नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल। भले आप अपनी फैक्ट्री के लिए यूज करो, आप अपने गुड्स के लिए यूज करो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। देयर इज नो रिलेशन विद द सेल, नो रिलेशन विद द सेल, नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल। आई हैव द टू प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस इन दिल्ली। मेरे को, मैं एक बार बात कंफर्म करना चाहता हूं, मैं रिपीट करना चाहता हूं। आई हैव द टू प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस इन दिल्ली। मैं एक प्लेस में फैक्ट्री है और दूसरे प्लेस में मेरा आउटलेट है, रिटेल आउटलेट है। मैंने कोई मोटर व्हीकल परचेस किया जो फैक्ट्री से आउटलेट तक माल पहुंचाता है। आई एम नॉट रेजिंग द टैक्स इनवॉइस ऑन एनी outsider party. Still, I can take the ITC because it is used for the transportation of goods. And clause A जो ब्लॉक करता है वो सिर्फ किस ITC को ब्लॉक करता है? ITC ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन की ITC को ब्लॉक करता है। कौन सा मोटर व्हीकल? वो मोटर व्हीकल जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन के लिए यूज होता है। इज दैट क्लियर? हाँ नवनीत, लेस देन 14 सीटिंग कैपेसिटी, ये बढ़िया है। now coming to the question once again, ठीक है। what was that? Then now what is your final answer on this? Purchase car having sitting capacity of 7% costing 10 lakh rupees excluding GST, and then will the ITC be allowed or not? It is exclusively used for the business purpose. Just quickly tell me the eligibility of the ITC. यही तो लॉ होता है, तभी तो यार नवनीत, तभी तो हमारी और एडवोकेट की जरूरत होती है टू इंटरप्रेट द लॉ। ठीक है, आंसर इज नो, ITC नॉट अवेलेबल इन दिस केस। ITC नॉट अवेलेबल in this case, ITC not available. As the motor vehicle is having sitting capacity not exceeding 13 seaters including driver, therefore no ITC is eligible as per section 17 subsection 5 clause A. ठीक है, कार कितने की थी? कार थी 10 लाख रुपए की। नेक्स्ट पार्ट, द परचेज गुड्स वर्थ ₹5 lakh फ्रॉम DEF Buildwell Private Limited, registered person of the Jaipur, for construction the additional floor of the factory. Said amount is capitalized in the books of accounts. Will the ITC be available or not? Along with reason, tell me the answer. Along with reason, tell me the answer. Give me the reason why the ITC is not available in this case. Why the ITC is not available in this case? I can simply say that the construction of the additional floor of the factory building, construction of the additional floor of the building, ठीक है, because this amount is being capitalized, therefore ITC not available. I can simply write as per section 17 subsection 5 clause C and D. ITC is not eligible as ITC is not eligible for the construction of immovable property. For the construction of immovable property, right? Construction of immovable property, ITC not available. And as per the explanation, construction include renovation, etc. to the extent of capitalization. In this case, the expenses has been capitalized and therefore the ITC is blocked. Now, I hope you can recall the 17 subsection 5C and D for your better understanding. एक बार मैं इस कंप्लीट कर लूं पहले क्वेश्चन को. So 5 lakh rupees, I can say the ITC would be not available. So this would be the ITC part. Opening balance कितना है? CGST, SGST 50 and IGST 75. So what is the total amount? Let me see. Total amount यही होगा ना? I hope it would be there. This would be the amount. Opening balance कितना amount है? 20, 50, 75. How it is possible? Tell me one thing. Can the CGST and SGST का ITC be different? Can the CGST and SGST का ITC be different? Just asking. Because they are giving opening balance C20 and S50. I always heard that the liability का rate would always same for CGST and SGST. तो ITC भी तो same ही रहना चाहिए ना. Different क्यों हो रहा है? Why it is different? Can you give me any one strong reason? Or is it incorrect? Question की typing mistake है. What you will say? Is it a typo mistake? Is it a typo mistake? Is it a typo mistake? क्या बोलेंगे आप? The answer is it is not typo mistake. It can be different. Why? Because the tax rate is same. Tax rate is same, but the reason behind different amount is the rules, the provision for offsetting the liability with ITC. जो मेरे पास में ITC का बैलेंस है उसको मैं अपनी लाइबिलिटी के साथ कैसे यूज करूंगा, इट इज डिफरेंट. एंड देयरफॉर द क्लोजिंग बैलेंस ऑफ इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट अंडर द CGST एंड अंडर द IGST कैन बी डिफरेंट. इज दैट क्लियर? एक बार कंफर्म करो, इज दैट क्लियर? आप सभी लोगों ने आंसर ही दिया, सही आंसर दिया था, तो क्लियर की तो कोई बात ही नहीं है. So what is the output tax liability? This is my output tax liability, right? And this is my ITC. Now let me write the ITC part also. So it is CGST, it is SGST and it is IGST. Now tell me one thing. So मैं क्या करता हूं, इसको है ना एक जगह लिख लेते हैं. Let me write at some place and so that I can tell you some revision or I ask the question on section 49 also. First question, that this is my liability and this is my ITC. Tell me where I will write the first point. मैं आई का यूटिलाइजेशन टुवर्ड आई करूंगा या टुवर्ड सी करूंगा या टुवर्ड एस करूंगा? आई विल यूज द आईजीएसटी का आईटीसी टुवर्ड आईजीएसटी का लाइबिलिटी या टुवर्ड सीजीएसटी का लाइबिलिटी फर्स्ट? वेयर आई विल यूज द आईजीएसटी का आईटीसी टुवर्ड सीजीएसटी का आईटीसी या एसजीएसटी का आईटीसी या आईजीएसटी का, मतलब मैं किसके लिए यूज करूंगा आईजीएसटी का आईटीसी को? फॉर विच लाइबिलिटी आई विल यूज फर्स्ट? First IGST to IGST. First IGST to IGST. How much amount? I will use the full amount. Now let me calculate the difference. Let me calculate the difference in liability. अब कितना liability बचा है? Now what is the ITC balance? ITC balance is this one, and this becomes 0. Now tell me, you have the IGST liability, CGST liability, SGST liability. You have the ITC of the CGST, you have the ITC of SGST. Now tell me, 2,30,000 would be used toward which liability? 2,30,000 जो CGST का liability ITC है, वो किसके लिए यूज होगा? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, बिलीव मी फ्रेंड, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? ये 2,30,000 रुपए, ये जो 2,30,000 है, ये पहले सी की लाइबिलिटी के लिए यूज होगा या पहले आई की लाइबिलिटी के लिए यूज होगा? टेल मी. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. करेक्ट. तो सीजीएसटी जो भी है, it will be used toward the CGST liability. And balance extra है. Is there any excess balance? Answer is yes. So I can say to the extent of 2,17,800, it will be used toward the CGST liability. अब आपके पास में क्या सिचुएशन आ गई? You have the balance like this and you have the liability like this. Tell me, the 12,200 ka ITC will be given to whom? Will be given to whom? Tell me, can this amount be given to SGST ka liability? Can SGST का CGST का ITC be used toward the SGST का liability? क्या मैं CGST की ITC को SGST की liability के लिए यूज कर सकता हूं? Not permissible. This cross utilization is not permissible. This cross utilization is not permissible and therefore I can say it cannot be utilized. So the SGST का ITC, will this be given first to SGST? Yeah, it will be given first to IGST. Answer is I will give first to IGST. I will give first to IGST, first to the CGST. तो क्या होगा? फर्स्ट टू SGST, सॉरी, SGST का ITC है, SGST की लाइबिलिटी के लिए यूज होगा एंड द बैलेंस अमाउंट इफ एनी, balance amount if any can be given to whom? The balance amount if any can be given to whom? this amount can be given from CGST to IGST and SGST to IGST. Is that okay? So I can say the net liability which is to be paid in cash is 2,05,400. Is it clear? The question from my side is completed. This question number 1 is completed from my side. Just confirm so that we can move to the next question. We can move to the next question. Is that okay? Navneet, next. Yes. Fine. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं, अगला क्वेश्चन करते हैं. Will sharing this notes? I will share. So this is basically the question you mean to say. You mean to say the question, right? You mean to say this question which I am just making. आंसर तो करवा रहा हूं यार, आंसर करवा रहा हूं. आई विल सी आंसर इफ पॉसिबल. आई विल 10 मार्क पक्के हो जाएंगे. 10 मार्क ऐसे पक्के हैं सर, आपको इतने प्रोविजन अच्छे से याद हैं तो रेस्ट टू बी श्योर दैट यू विल बी एबल टू गेट गुड मार्क्स. चलो बात करते हैं. मिस नित्या, प्रोपराइटर ऑफ Honest Enterprise, a registered supplier of the taxable goods and services in the state of West Bengal, pays the GST under regular scheme. It is not eligible for any threshold exemption. It provides the following information for the month of December. Intrastate supplies the goods to Messrs. Natural and Sons. Now tell me, outward supply, intrastate supply. ठीक है. So एक बार क्वेश्चन का रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है? Both inward and outward given above are exclusive of tax. All the condition for availing the ITC has been fulfilled. Working note should form part of. Compute the net GST payable in cash. That's it. ठीक है. Now intrastate supply. Intrastate supply. ठीक है. The rupees 7 lakh. I can say what is the tax rate? The tax rate on goods is 5% and tax rate on service is 18. Now tell me, intrastate supply the goods. Will it be 5 or 18? Will it be 5 or 18? Just quickly tell me. इस क्वेश्चन को हम थोड़ा सा फास्ट कंप्लीट करेंगे सो दैट वी कैन कवर सम मोर क्वेश्चन. वी कैन कवर सम मोर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. आंसर इज 5%. करेक्ट. एंड 5% इज इट इज एन इंट्रा. तो CGST, SGST एंड IGST. तो क्या होगा इस पे? 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST, obviously. Now second point. अब मैं बोल रहा हूं इंट्रा स्टेट ट्रांसफर ऑफ द गुड्स टू द ब्रांच इन द स्टेट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल. बोथ प्लेस आर अंडर द सेम GST number because it is intrastate supply. Because it is intrastate supply, should I charge CGST and SGST or IGST? Should I charge CGST, SGST or IGST? Is it a supply? Is it a supply? Answer is no. But tell me one thing. I have heard somewhere that supply to the related party or the between the company also it is taxable as per the schedule 1 para 2. As per schedule 1 para 2. Why you are saying that it is not the supply? Can you show the question once again? I just copied the same line. Whatever this information is available, I have just copied this particular line. This is the information. Just I am doing the cross argument with you. Absolutely correct. Answer is, are they distinct person? What is the meaning of distinct person in the GST? What is the meaning of distinct person in the GST? What is the meaning of distinct person in the GST? The meaning of the distinct person is one PAN, multiple GSTIN. One PAN, multiple GSTIN. Am I right? एक पैन में एक से ज्यादा जीएसटी नंबर है, then they are distinct person. But in this case, they are not having the different GST number. Therefore, it is not the supply at all. What logic you will write? What logic you will write? As per schedule 1, para 2, supply of goods or services between distinct person is taxable even without consideration. Correct? However, in this case, the GSTIN is same, and therefore it is not distinct person, and hence it is not a supply. Clear? I hope everyone is clear. Let me move to the next part. Advance received for further supply of consultancy services. Will it be taxable or not? Will it be taxable or not? But advance पर GST तो था ही नहीं. But advance has been relaxed from the GST. Is it not true? There is no GST on advance. Is it not true? Absolutely correct. Service is the key here. Thank you so much, beta. Thank you so much. Had it be goods, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adil, Navneet, everyone. Aslesa, Kuldeep, Adil, everyone. यहां पर क्या प्रॉब्लम है? प्रॉब्लम है सर्विस. अगर ये गुड्स का होता, तो क्या टैक्सेबल होता? इफ इट इज गुड्स देन विल इट बी टैक्सेबल? If it is goods, then will it be taxable? Answer is no. So it is intrastate supply. So I can say 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST. Is it correct or some mistake? Is it correct or some mistake? Sir, it is 18% GST given for services. These type of the small mistake could be possible. Make sure that you should not do the mistake. Fine. Outward supply is completed. Outward supply is completed. Now we are talking about ITC. ठीक है. Now we are talking about ITC. ठीक है. Now tell me the answer. Purchase of the goods from registered supplier. No other information from registered supplier. Is it an Acha, okay, they have given the intrastate supply. What is the value? 8 lakh. Can anybody quickly tell me which tax and what is the amount? Can anybody quickly tell me which tax and what is the amount? What will be the amount? एक बार मुझे बताएं CGST का कितना अमाउंट आएगा? मेरा तो 72 आ रहा है. Shouldn't it be 72%? 72,000? No, because it is goods. Because it is goods, and therefore, because it is goods, therefore it is 2.5% GST, 2.5% SGST. Absolutely. Now tell me the answer. Now tell me the answer, and along with the reason why ITC allowed, yeah, why ITC not allowed. Just coming in the 1 minute. Just coming back in the 1 minute. Meanwhile, please give the answer whether ITC would be available or not. So can you give me the answer? What is the eligibility condition with respect to this transaction? If I avail the work contract service for repair of my office building, which has been debited to the profit and loss account, क्या मुझे आईटीसी मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा? No ITC. Still, you are not giving me the correct answer because of some hidden information in the question. Some hidden information in the question, and therefore I can say the answer is not correct. Give me the correct answer. अगर मैं ये कहता हूं, if I'm saying that ITC, absolutely correct, Kuldeep. What is written in this question? Is it capitalized or debited to the profit and loss account? क्या लिखा हुआ है क्वेश्चन में? Is it debited to the profit and loss account or capitalized? Answer is debited. Sir, you remember we have discussed, let me show you that on the screen also, that particular section. The construction is capitalized to the extent of capitalization. If the construction expenditure is being capitalized, then only it will fall under the block category of clause C and the clause D. गौर कीजिएगा, यहां पे वर्ड क्या लिखा है? कंस्ट्रक्शन. यहां पे वर्ड क्या लिखा है? कंस्ट्रक्शन. तो कंस्ट्रक्शन तो ब्लॉक है. किस चीज को कंस्ट्रक्शन कहते हैं? अगर वो कैपिटलाइज हुआ है तो मैं कंस्ट्रक्शन कहूंगा, और अगर कैपिटलाइज नहीं हुआ है तो दैट विल नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज कंस्ट्रक्शन, एंड देयरफॉर इफ इट इज डेबिटेड नॉट कैपिटलाइज, तो ये मेरा पर्टिकुलर एक्सपेंडिचर is not covered in the clause C and the clause D, and therefore ITC is allowed. Please confirm. Is it clear? Please confirm. Is it clear? C. Fine. I'll tell you that answer. If I read the clause C and the clause D, मैं अब आपको थोड़ा सा 17.5 के बारे में बात करता हूं, clause C and the clause D. I can ask one. I'm asking one question. Try to give the answer. You will have the better clarity, I can say. अगर मैं आपसे पूछता हूं किस केस में, please tell me all situations wherein you will give the ITC, you will allow the ITC of the work contract service और clause D का ITC किस किस situation में allow हो जाएगा. I'm asking the question, let's say you have incurred the work contract service. Tell me the situation जहां पर आपका वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सर्विस का ITC is allowed and not fall under the block category. आदिल, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्लियर है? सभी को मेरा क्वेश्चन क्लियर है? मैं सिर्फ बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं कि नॉर्मली वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सर्विस फॉल अंडर द ब्लॉक कैटेगरी इन द 17.5. क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हो किस किस सिचुएशन में आईटीसी वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का मिल जाएगा एंड इट इज नॉट ब्लॉक्ड? दैट इज माय क्वेश्चन. बहुत बढ़िया नवनीत, बहुत बढ़िया. पहला कि अगर वो कंस्ट्रक्शन ही नहीं है. कंस्ट्रक्शन कब नहीं है? अगर मैं कैपिटलाइज नहीं कर रहा हूं. इफ इट इज नॉट कैपिटलाइज, डेबिटेड टू द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, आईटीसी इज अलाउड. पहला सिचुएशन. दूसरा सिचुएशन, इट इज फर्दर सप्लाई ऑफ द वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. इट इज फर्दर सप्लाई द वर्क कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, देन ऑल्सो आईटीसी अलाउड. बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. एंड तीसरा इट इज रिलेटेड टू द, बहुत वेरी नाइस बच्चा, वेरी नाइस. इट इज रिलेटेड टू द प्लांट एंड मशीनरी. देयर आर द थ्री सिचुएशंस wherein you can take the ITC in the clause C or the clause D. पहला सिचुएशन, अगर वो डेबिट हुआ है एक्सपेंडिचर एंड नॉट कैपिटलाइज. दूसरा अगर वो प्लांट एंड मशीनरी से रिलेटेड है. और तीसरा कि अगर वो मेरा खर्चा is being incurred for the further supply the work contract, then I can take the ITC. I hope it is clear to all. Please confirm in the chat. I will proceed to the next part. ठीक है ना? ठीक है बेटा. Let me proceed to the next part. अब इस क्वेश्चन ने और क्या बोला है? See, avail the work contract. So what is the final conclusion? Will I give the ITC or will I not give the ITC? So what is the final conclusion? ITC मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा इसमें? Will the ITC be allowed in this case or ITC will not be allowed in this case? ITC will be allowed in this case. Amount is, let's say 30,000 and क्या चीज है ये? So the rate will be 5% or 18%. Will the rate be 5 or 18? सर्विस है सर, ऐसी गलती क्यों कर रहे हो? ठीक है, सर्विस है. चलो. Now the legal service from advocate to represent the matter in the court relating to the collection of the disputed proceed from customer. ITC will be allowed because it is a service. So I can say that, I can say what is the amount? 50,000 is the amount. Correct? So ठीक है. Is it correct or any mistake? Is it correct or any mistake? Is it correct or any mistake? कुलदीप, अगर आप सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन कराओगे, ओके, नहीं, आई एम आस्किंग, ओके फाइन. So Kuldeep, just wait for 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. I will give you the answer after this question. What is, can I take the ITC? Can I take the ITC on this? What is the, so what is the, मतलब इस लाइन से आपको क्या ये लाइबिलिटी का पार्ट है, क्या ये आईटीसी का पार्ट है? व्हाट इज द इंफॉर्मेशन, वट एवर द इंफॉर्मेशन दे आर गिविंग, व्हाट इज योर आंसर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट? नवनीत, क्वेश्चन ये नहीं है। क्वेश्चन प्लीज स्क्रीन, अच्छा क्वेश्चन की स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है? Oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. Now it is visible, right? So sorry, I'm so sorry. Is it visible now? हाँ, अब मुझे बताइए कि लीगल सर्विस जो अवेल की है एडवोकेट से टू रिप्रेजेंट द मैटर इन द कोर्ट relating to the collection of the disputed proceed from the customer. On the basis of this information, what you will say? इस इंफॉर्मेशन के बेस पर आप मुझे क्या कहोगे? What should I write in the question? It is an RCM transaction. So, can I use the ITC for paying the RCM liability? Can I use the ITC for paying the RCM liability? The answer is no. Always cash. So, RCM on legal service. What is the amount? 50,000. And tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Will RCM be always CGST and SGST? क्या RCM हमेशा CGST and SGST होगा या it can be IGST also? क्या RCM will always be CGST, SGST or it can be IGST also? So, Aslesa, what is your answer? What is your answer? It can never be IGST? What is your answer? It can never be IGST? Oh, fine. The reverse charge chapter. I'll tell you one thing. So answer is it can be IGST. Aslesa, it can be IGST. Okay. Now I am giving the reasoning for this answer. RCM chapter, reading the goods services 9394, whatever. It only decide who will pay the tax. The supplier will pay the tax or the recipient will pay the tax. That is being determined by the RCM provisions. This part is clear? But which tax will be paid by the recipient, that can never be decided by the RCM chapter. That will be decided based on the transaction, where is the supplier and what is the place of supply. So in this example, assume that advocate belongs to the other state. Assume that advocate belongs to the other state. And because as per the general principle of section 12, subsection 2 of IGST Act, the legal services received by the registered person always will be the place of the supply, will be the location of recipient. तो अब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ आश्लेषा? That supplier is located in other state, place of the supply is another state. So is it inter or intra? Answer is interstate, and therefore the recipient will pay the tax as RCM by IGST. He will pay the tax as IGST under RCM, not C and S. Is it clear? मिस्टेक मत कीजिएगा ये वाला, ठीक है? ये मिस्टेक मत कीजिएगा, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. So now we can say that the amount is 50,000. So, sorry, amount is 50,000. So he will pay the liability first. He will pay the liability and take the ITC. Take the ITC. Now I have heard one problem, that can we take the ITC on reverse charge in the same month, or we have to defer it in the next month? क्या मुझे RCM का ITC सेम मंथ में मिल जाएगा या मुझे कैरी फॉरवर्ड करना पड़ेगा नेक्स्ट मंथ? Give me the answer whether ITC of the RCM transaction be available in the same month or will be available in the next month, because in the current month you are paying the tax, so therefore ITC would be available in the next month. Give me the answer. Answer is same month. Answer is same month. Remember why? Because in the GST return they have made in this manner, कि without paying the liability, you cannot file the return. Let me tell you one more point. This particular, see what has happened. Let's say we are talking about September month. We are talking about September 2025. Yes, right, Aslesa. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So here you will write one word. Aslesa, here you will write one word instead of the recipient, ideally the recipient. But very technically, if you like to make the sentence, then instead of the recipient, you should write the word place of the supply. You should write the word place of the supply, which 90% cases, it will be the recipient location. But there are section 12, subsection 3 to subsection 13. There are the 13 different situations wherein your answer may be different. Correct? That's the only point. So, Navneet, let's say I am talking about the September month return. There is a RCM liability on legal service. There is an RCM liability on the legal service. You tell me, there is an RCM liability on the legal service. You tell me that September ka GST return will be filed in the September or in the October? September का जो रिटर्न आप फाइल करोगे, will it be in the September or will it be in the October month? Always October, 20th October. So when you file your GSTR 3B on the 20th October GSTR 2025, when you file your GSTR 3B, you will add the liability under RCM and pay the cash for RCM liability. तो कौन सी तारीख को आपने लाइबिलिटी पे किया? इट इज 20th. करेक्ट. Still you are allowed to claim the ITC in the month of September. Logically, it appears that you are claiming the ITC prior to the payment. But please note, friend, please note, it is not the problem in the GST. Why? GSTR 3B cannot be filed if you not pay RCM. If you not pay RCM, can we file the GSTR 3B without paying the liability? Can we file the GSTR 3B? We have reported the liability at every place. Can we file the GSTR 3B without paying the tax liability? Answer is no. So you might not have the practical understanding, no problem. You might not have the practical understanding, no problem. I just like to highlight that you can claim the ITC in the same month. There is no problem at all. So in this case, can I claim the ITC in the same month? Answer is yes. Any part which is left? No. Navneet, anything you like to ask? Anything you like to ask? Just, and would you like to speak? बोलना है आपको कुछ? So if you like to unmute, you can unmute. You can unmute and speak.
हेलो।
हाँ जी,
हाँ जी सर, गुड इवनिंग।
वेरी गुड इवनिंग बेटा।
सर एक्चुअली डाउट ये है मेरे पास कि जैसे अगर जो मैंने खुद कोई सर्विस लिया है जो आरसीएम पे है, ठीक है, एंड आरसीएम पे देन आई हैव टू पे टैक्स अंडर आरसीएम स्कीम, ओके, एंड जैसे सेम एग्जांपल में इन द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर जैसे मैंने कुछ आरसीएम सर्विस ली, कुछ मैंने फॉरवर्ड टैक्स का सप्लाई किया, तो जब मैं जीएसटीआर भरूंगा, फाइल करूंगा, तो मैं सेल दिखाऊंगा, टैक्स लायबिलिटी मेरी जनरेट हो जाएगी। फिर उसको मैं जब मैं 3B फाइल करूंगा, एंड तो 3B फाइल करने से पहले मुझे आरसीएम का पे करना पड़ेगा कैश लेजर में।
यस, इट इज।
एंड
हाँ, आप पहले कंप्लीट कर लीजिए, फिर मैं आपको बता दूंगा अपना आंसर।
जी, अभी क्या है कि मतलब मुझे आरसीएम में जो टैक्स लायबिलिटी मेरी निकल के आएगी, मुझे कैश में पे करना पड़ेगा, कैश लेजर में।
राइट।
और उसका भी सर टाइम लिमिट होगा कि विद इन 14th ऑफ
20
20 से पहले कभी पे कर दूंगा मैं।
कभी भी।
तो सर फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने 19 को पे किया आरसीएम का पेमेंट, जो
राइट,
कैश लेजर मेरा जनरेट हुआ, एंड जो लास्ट मंथ मैंने परचेज किया था उसका 14 के बाद जो है 2B में शो करेगा आईटीसी।
करेक्ट।
तो सर जो 2B में शो करेगा उतना ही तो आईटीसी क्लेम करूंगा, या फिर जो मैंने आरसीएम में कैश पे किया उसको मैनुअली एंटर करके मैं क्लेम कर लूंगा?
Absolutely correct. Whatever the ITC appearing in your GSTR 3B, you will claim. 2B you will claim. 2B में मान लो
यस
आपका जितना भी अमाउंट आ रहा है उतना आप क्लेम करोगे।
जी जी
एडिशनली जो आरसीएम का लाइबिलिटी आपने पे किया है 19th को, लेट से मैं 20th को बात कर रहा हूं,
जी, ऑन द सेम डे, ठीक है, उसी को
then
मैं 3
you
फाइल।
will claim that ITC by adding the manual amount.
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू,
क्लियर?
समझ में आ गया। हाँ जी हाँ
ठीक है
जी।
ना? ये सर्विस टैक्स में कुछ डिफरेंट प्रोविजन हुआ करते थे, बाय विच वी आर जस्ट नॉट टेकिंग द आईटीसी इन द सेम मंथ, वी आर कैरी फॉरवर्डिंग टू द नेक्स्ट मंथ।
तो सर जैसे कॉन्सेप्ट ये है कि मैंने अगर सितंबर में आरसीएम की सर्विस लिया होगा, तो जब मैं अक्टूबर में रिटर्न फाइल करूंगा उसी मंथ में मुझे कैश लेजर पे करना पड़ेगा, एंड उसी को
राइट,
मैं मैनुअली एंटर करके।
राइट।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ठीक है। अनिल, वुड यू लाइक टू स्पीक? जस्ट से यस और नो। Anil, just only I like to highlight that the liability of RCM has to be paid in the same month if before taking the ITC. मैं रिपीट करता हूं, I'll just let me repeat, Anil. The point which is being asked that if the liability of the RCM for the September I am paying on 19th October, can I claim the ITC in the September or I should claim the ITC in the month of October? Answer is you can claim in the September. How to add? That is the manual part. You need to add manually in the GSTR 3B. Fine. So this question is very simple. So can I say that because the liability is 21,100? Please confirm my question. Please confirm my statement. I can say because the liability in this case is 25,600 and this person has the ITC of 27,200. Therefore, in this case, nothing is to be paid in cash. Can I say this? Nothing is to be paid in cash. Why? Why? Because he has to pay this liability in the cash. He has to pay the liability in the cash. So net tax liability before RCM is net tax liability before RCM. It is 21,000 and they have the sufficient balance. So net tax liability before RCM is zero, but they have to pay the RCM. So tax liability to be discharged in cash is 4,500. Right, right, right. RCM liability should be discharged prior to claiming the ITC. Anil, the statement is correct, but when you go to the GSTR 3B, the GSTR 3B is made in such a manner, GSTR 3B is made in such a manner that you cannot pay the you cannot file 3B without paying RCM. There is no online transaction in RCM. Statement is not clear, Aditya. Can you please ask again? क्या आप पूछना चाहते हैं? Can you please ask again? बताएं आदित्य। आदित्य
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm audible.
Yeah, audible.
Sir, can we pay in RCM in online transaction, sir? Online.
हाँ, online. आप you can pay the RCM online, no problem. So it is online transaction. Now the GST is everything is online, right? ठीक है. So let me move to the next question and we'll quickly do the question. This question we will do the quickly. ठीक है. अभी पूर्वी लिमिटेड registered supplier of goods and services provided the following information pertaining to the GST paid on inward supplies. Purchase the goods which are used for the activity related to the obligation under CSR referred to in section 135. Will you give the ITC or not? Just quickly tell me. अब मैं कैलकुलेट नहीं करूंगा. I will see the question and just ask your answer. Just take your answer and then confirm that is it allowed or not allowed. I am not receiving the answer from all the participants. The goods which has been purchased for the purpose of CSR activity, whether ITC would be allowed or not. Samli Sharma, give the reason. Samli Sharma, give the reason. Samli Sharma, give the reason. The right answer is ITC. The right answer is ITC. So what happened to the rest of the participant? What happened to the rest of the student? Manisha, Riya, Shraddha, Anil, Navneet, Adil. There are 3-4 participants who are giving the answer. Amit, Dinanath, Harsh, P. Mujahid. You are not giving the answer. My request would be please participate. Please participate. In this case, ITC would be allowed? No, ITC would not be allowed because the government has inserted in the 17 subsection 5 only. They are 17 subsection 5 clause. So 17 subsection 5 clause FA, they are saying goods or services which are used for the CSR activity, ITC not allowed. Blocked है FA में. Blocked है. It is blocked in the FA. Correct? Purchase the raw material worth of rupees 590 including the GST in the 5 lot. The 3 lot has been received worth of rupees 3 lakh in the current month and the balance remaining lot will be received in the next month. Can we take the ITC of 3 lakh? Can we take the ITC on 3 lakh? Can we take the ITC on 3 lakh? No. Why no? Because you cannot claim the ITC till you receive the entire lot. On the receipt of the last lot, you are entitled to take the ITC, correct? So in this case, the ITC would be available only on the receipt of the last lot. That is in the month of the September. Correct? Absolutely correct. So I am not solving the problem in the Excel sheet. I'm just discussing with you. Outdoor catering expenditure for the factory's employees during the lunch hours. ITC allowed? Will the ITC be allowed? Catering expenditure for the factory. labor, employee. Will the ITC be allowed? Give me the reason. Why the ITC not allowed? Give me the reason. Anil, you are asking for question 2. You are asking for question 2. Why the ITC not available? Okay. Okay. Let me write the same question once again. Let me write the same question once again. Let me write the same question once again. And what would be your answer if I write the question that company has paid the outdoor catering for the factory employees as per the legal obligation? Will it be allowed or will it not be allowed? Will it be allowed or will it not be allowed? The answer is it will be allowed. Answer is it will be allowed. So are you getting my point? Because it is not the legal obligation. Because it is not the legal obligation, therefore ITC not allowed. Purchase the goods from home trader. All goods and invoices were received by the company in August, but one invoice out of these invoice has not been furnished by the supplier in the statement of the outward supply. The GST paid on the invoice not furnished in 50,000 is rupees 50,000. What would be your answer? Adinda. Will you give the ITC of 1,50,000? Will you give the ITC of entire 2 lakh, or will you give the ITC to the extent of 0? You will not give the ITC at all. Kya correct answer hai? Tell me. The answer is C. Try to differentiate in question number 2 and point number 2 and point number 4. Yahan par you have not given any ITC, but here you are giving the ITC on 150. Why? In serial number 2, you are not giving the ITC at all, but in serial number 4, you are giving the ITC of rupees 1,50,000. Why? Because of the concept of the lots. Goods are being received in the lot, and as per the provisions, lot में जब goods आ रहा है, when the goods are coming in the lot, on the last lot you are entitled to take the ITC. Am I right? 16 subsection 2 talk about you are entitled to claim the ITC only on the last lot. Whereas if we are talking about this, they are not saying that it is lots. Goods are coming regularly for it can be the different invoices. So then I can say to the extent of 50,000. Sorry. I have misunderstood probably. So whatever I am discussing now. So मैं एक बार repeat करता हूं. What understood? I have understood in this manner. Whatever I am discussing, please understood. I have treated that you have total multiple invoices of rupees 2 lakh out of which rupees 50,000 is not being received. Therefore, ITC is available of 150. थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन था क्वेश्चन में, तो मैंने इसको क्या समझा कि 2 लाख में 1,50,000 का गुड्स आया है, 50 का नहीं आया है. यहां पर क्या था, यहां पर कंप्लीट लॉट में आ रहा है एंड द प्रोविजन स्पेसिफिकली टॉक्स दैट ऑन द लास्ट लॉट you are entitled to claim the ITC, right? Question number 4, serial number 4. What is IFF? What is IFF? Anyone have any idea what is the IFF? Invoice furnishing facility. Very nice, beta. Very nice. Can you tell me if the transaction is not reported in the IFF, then why I am not allowed to take the ITC? Assume, Kuldeep, you are my supplier and I am your customer. You are giving the invoice of rupees 50,000, but you have not furnished in the GSTR1 or IFF. What is the problem? Why I am not allowed to take ITC? Navneet, this is not right answer. I need the answer as per the law. Now you are slightly correct. Yes. What is the legal argument? Yes. What is the legal argument that I am not eligible? Because the same is not available in my GSTR2B. And because it is not available in my GSTR2B, and hence I cannot claim the ITC. Last, purchase raw material to manufacture the finished goods. Such finished goods is to be sold to the potential customer, buy one get one free. Can I claim the entire 150 ka ITC, or I would be available to claim 75,000 ka ITC, or I would be available, I would not be eligible to claim any ITC because it is being sold free. कुछ भी ITC नहीं मिलेगा, कुछ मिलेगा, आधा मिलेगा, no ITC, full ITC. What is your answer? Oh, free, no consideration. So Aslesa, do you mean that no ITC would be available? Do you mean that no ITC would be available? Can I say this? Shraddha, you are also agreeing that no ITC would be available? Very nice, Savya. ITC is available. Answer is ITC would be available on entire 1,50,000. Entire 1,50,000. Why I am saying so? Because the government has given the confirmation, clarification that buy one get one free is not the individual item which is being sold free. So, Aslesa, you assume this. Suppose you are buying this particular mouse from me. I am the supplier of the mouse, laptop mouse. I am saying that you purchase one, I give you second one free. Don't you think that I will charge the rate for this mouse in such a manner? I will keep the value of this mouse so that I can cover the cost of both these mouse. Do you feel that the mouse single rate, single price of the mouse will be kept in the manner in which I can cover my entire cost of the two mouse? Don't you think so? Actual में कोई free में क्यों देगा? Why they will give you free? No, they are just the way in which they are doing the advertisement. They are doing the advertisement in a manner, but actually they are recovering the cost. So CBIC is clarifying that this is not the Sale of one item and additional item given free of cost. No, it is the sale of two item, sale of the two mouse, which is given at a single price. Because I have received the consideration for both the item, it looks like I have given the second item as free of cost, but actually it is not free. So the price is being charged by me, higher price is being charged. Absolutely correct, you told कि मैंने इसका जो price रखा है, it is higher side, so that I can recover the cost for both these two items, and therefore ITC is allowed in this case. Correct? ITC would be allowed in this case. ठीक है? We'll do one more question. Are you enjoying the class? Are you all enjoying the class? So sometime earlier I used to take the class regularly, but because of the schedules and I am not able to take class. But I hope initial thoda sa problem hua tha because of connectivity, but now it is settled down, right? Initially it was the problematic, but now it is settled down. ठीक है. Will you do the quick round of the question answer with me? Oh, Swati ma'am has joined. So Swati ma'am has joined. Okay. So ma'am, मैं क्या करूं? So should I solve one more question or I take the quick round from the multiple chapters? You tell me.
Sir, I am planning to take students through the revision test paper for January 26 examination. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I think let me take. Just give me 1 minute. Let me please tech support. Please make me co-host.
Fine. तो मैं आप take care कर लेंगे class. Is it?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, students, so I am leaving the class now. Ma'am will take the class and will do further whenever the time permit. I will come. ठीक है. Thank you so much. Goodbye to all of you. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Yes, of course, a very best session taken by sir. So, good evening, all of you. How are you doing? So, as we know that January 26 examinations are near, and we have already web hosted the intermediate revision test paper for paper 3 taxation, section B goods and services 6. So, I am planning to take the case scenario because most of the students face difficulty in solving the case scenarios. So let us go through the case scenario. Just give me 2 minutes for this tech support training. Ajit? Hello, have you made me co-host? Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I hope the screen is visible to you. Please let me know to the chat box. Are you ready? Let us go through the revision test paper, latest RTP, which has been web hosted yesterday only for January 2026 examination, and we shall go through the case scenario, the very first question. Are you ready? Shall I start? No, Mustafa, you need not feel a bit afraid. That this is the reason I have planned to go through the revision test paper, latest RTP, which has been web hosted yesterday only, and the case scenarios. The purpose is this only because I know that a lot of students feel afraid seeing this case scenario, integrated case scenario. So there is no reason of getting afraid of any case scenario, any questions in case of GST. If your concepts are clear, believe me, GST will be a cakewalk to you if your concepts are clear. Is first time how to answer, ma'am? Yes, I will go through it. Okay, so let us start without taking much time. So for January 26 examination, as you know, the cutoff date applicable is 30th June 2025. So let us go through the case scenario simultaneously. You may also go through the file. ABC Associates engaged in the hospitality sector in Rajasthan under the trade name Paradise Resorts commenced operations on 1st April 2025. Its aggregate turnover crossed rupees 20 lakh on 1st of June 2025. Application for registration was filed on 15th June 25 and registration was granted with effect from 1st July 25. In this case scenario, we will take only the topic which you already have covered. So one question only you are yet to cover. Rest all the questions you can answer, right? Consequent to grant of registration, Paradise Resorts issued revised tax invoices for the period beginning with 15th of June 2025. As of now, you can ignore this information because these concepts will be covered in the chapter registration and tax invoices, which you will learn shortly from next class onwards. For his hotel interiors, Paradise Resorts availed interior designing service free of cost from DEF Interiors Japan, whose proprietor is a son of one of the partners of Paradise Resort. So here in this case, one service has been availed from abroad. So what does it mean? It means that import of service has taken place, right? And other relevant transactions of Paradise Resorts include the following. So many students have even started answering me. Adil Khan, Naveen, okay. We will see the question and then you see the answer. What has been asked basically. Other relevant transactions of Paradise Resorts include the following. Mr. Ajay, a GST registered person in Madhya Pradesh, availed lodging accommodation service at the resort for 2 nights and 3 days. For the New Year celebration, Paradise Resorts engaged the Rohar Group, a classical music troupe, for a performance at an agreed consideration of rupees 2.5 lakh. A marriage function was hosted at the hotel premises on 1st June 2025. Invoice for the same was issued on 20th June 25 and consideration was received on 29th of June 25. Owing to the extensive compliance requirements, the management is also exploring the possibility of transferring the hotel business as a going concern. On the basis of facts given above, you are required to answer the questions. So integrated case scenario mein, what does it have? What happens is basically you have to answer the question applying the facts of the cases, right? And you have to apply the legal provisions in an integrated manner, right? First question I am ignoring as of now, but once your chapter is complete, you can go through this question and you yourself will be able to answer the question. Question number 2 is, what is the GST treatment of the performance by the Rohar Group? I want participation from all of you. You may write your answer in the chat box. What is the GST treatment of performance by the Rohar Group? Option A, entire consideration of rupees 2.5 lakh is taxable. Option B, only rupees 1 lakh is taxable, 1.5 is exempt. Option C, entire 2.5 lakh is exempt from GST. Option D, only 50,000 is taxable and 2 lakh is exempt for classical performance. And the relevant facts are here. For New Year celebration, Paradise Resort engaged the Rohar Group, a classical music tribe, for a performance at an agreed consideration of rupees 2.5 lakh. Kuldeep, your answer is correct. Navneet, I am not able to get which option you are considering as correct. I can see a lot of confusion amongst all of you, although this chapter exemptions from GST has already been covered. Shraddha, your answer is correct. Adil Khan, good, your answer and reason is correct. Navneet, your answer is correct. Shall I go through the relevant entry also? So this is how we use the ICAI website, and all the material is already web hosted. For January 26 examination, we are talking about, and this pertains to exemption. So I will show you the relevant entry and also explain to you that how you need to apply the facts, right? See, entry 78 of exemption notification is invoked here. It talks about that services by an artist by way of performance in folk or classical art form of music, dance or theatre is exempt if consideration charged for such performance is not more than rupees 1,50,000. In our case, the services is the Rohar Group has performed classical music troupe. So that is the nature is okay, but at an agreed consideration of rupees 2.5 lakh. And what does entry 76 of exemption notification number 12/17 CTR dated 28 June 2017 says? It says that activities by a performing artist in folk or classical forms of music, dance or theatres are exempt if consideration the threshold limit is rupees 1,50,000. However, if consideration from such activities exceeds rupees 1,50,000, entire consideration is taxable. So, is it clear to you? So in this case, entire consideration of rupees 2.5 lakh is taxable because it exceeds the threshold limit. Okay, Ashleisha, Adil Khan, I hope that very good. Okay. So let us move to the next question. Whether there will be any GST liability on interior designing services provided free of cost by DEF Interiors, which of the following statements is most appropriate in this regard? Option A, yes, since import of services from a related person in the course or furtherance of business will be treated as supply, even if made without consideration. Option B, no, since no consideration was paid, the same is not taxable. Option C, no, import of services from a related person is exempt. Option D, yes, fully taxable irrespective of whether used for business or personal purposes. So, see, whenever the question says which of the following statements is most appropriate, in that case, it might happen that all the four options which are given to you, they are correct. But what you have to focus, you have to see which of the statements is most appropriate. Applying to the facts of the case scenario, which of the statements is the most suitable one. And the relevant facts we can see. I have started getting answers. Good to see your enthusiasm. Yes, and majority of the people have given the right answer. It means that all the concepts have been clear to you. So, the relevant information is for hotel interiors, Paradise Resorts has availed interior designing services from Japan. Japan means उन्होंने import की है service, whose proprietor is the son of one of the partners of Paradise Resorts. It means the importation has been made from related person. And here there is no consideration, right? So the event will fall in Schedule 1 of the CGST Act 2017 because as we know that activities or transactions to be considered as supply, even if made without consideration, they are adequately covered in Schedule 1 to the CGST Act 2017. And here no consideration is involved. That is why Schedule 1 of the CGST Act 2017 gets invoked. And this is covered as importation of services from a related person. right? So let me see who all have given the correct answer. Shraddha, your answer is correct. Mustafa, answer correct. Sadia, Prerna, very good. Ashlesha, your answer is correct. Pradyot, and very good, Navneet, your answer is correct. And the reason is also good to see that you have understood the fundamental aspects of GST law. Now moving to the next question. What will be the time of supply in respect of the marriage function hosted on 1st June 2025? Option A 1st June, option B 28th June, option C 29th June, and option D 30th June. And the relevant information you can see it is this. A marriage function was hosted at hotel premises on 1st June. Invoice for the same was issued on 28th June and consideration was received on 29th June. So what is the time of supply? Tell me which section is applicable here. Although at intermediate level during examination you are not expected to memorize the section number, but I want to know just to check your understanding. I can see a lot of students are confused even in this case. There should not be any confusion. As of now, I have not got the correct answer. Let me go to the relevant provisions of time of supply. See, as you know, that this is a case of time of supply of services. So section 12, and also it is not covered under any of the specified reverse charge. So section, this is basically covered under forward charge only. And in case of services, so section 13(2) is applicable here. Yes, now I have start getting the correct answer from Sadia, Ashlisha, Shraddha. 28th June is the correct answer. Adil Khan has also given the correct answer. I am showing you the relevant provisions so that you are able to understand how to apply the correct provision. See, in examination, the reasoning is not expected from you in the multiple choice questions. So since this is not covered under reverse charge, it is a case of forward charge service. Section 13(2) is applicable here. An invoice issued within the time prescribed under section 39. And what is the time prescribed? Time prescribed in case of services is 30 days, right? Within 30 days. The date of supply of services. And in our case, has the invoice been issued in the time limit? Marriage function 1st June को था और invoice issue हुई है 28th of June को. So yes, the invoice is issued within the time limit. ठीक है? अब हम आते हैं next part पर. अगर इनवॉइस इशू हुई है टाइम लिमिट में, राइट, क्लॉज ए इज एप्लीकेबल एंड व्हाट इज द टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई? इट इज अर्लीएस्ट ऑफ फॉलोइंग डेट ऑफ इशू ऑफ इनवॉइस और डेट ऑफ रिसिप्ट ऑफ पेमेंट. In our case, date of issue of invoice is 28th June and receipt of payment is 29th June, whichever is earlier. So time of supply comes to 28th of June. That is option B is the correct answer. Now let's move to the last question of this case scenario. Which of the following statements are correct? Statement 1, place of supply of services provided to Mr. Ajay will be the location of immovable property, that is Rajasthan. Statement 2, no GST is payable in case of transfer of business as a going concern. Now you have to tell me whether both statements are correct. Option A. B, only statement 1 is correct. Option C, only statement 2 is correct. And option D, both statements are incorrect. हमने यहाँ पर पढ़ा था कि owing to extensive compliance requirement, management is exploring the possibility of transferring the hotel business as a going concern. And Mr. A, a GST registered person in Madhya Pradesh, availed lodging accommodation services at the resort for 2 nights and 3 days. रिजोर्ट कहाँ पर है? हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्टर इन राजस्थान. Resort is in Rajasthan and Mr. Ajay is from Madhya Pradesh. So what will be the place of supply? Good, Ashlisha. As far as statement 1 is concerned, you have given correct answer. This is the last question of the case scenario and I want more participation and I want to know your feedback. I hope you are learning. Are you enjoying? Are you learning? Are your concepts getting clear? I hope now there is no more afraid. Second statement, please show question. Yes, sure. Second statement, the question is, no GST is payable in case of transfer of business as a going concern. Abhi to suddenly surprise na. Yes, Navneet, we at Board of Studies, give you surprises, of testing your knowledge so that you come to know whether your concepts are clear or not. And if your concepts are clear, then doesn't matter when this type of questions are asked. Kuldeep Nagar, good, your answer is correct. I want more answers. Statement 1, Prasjot is saying 1 is correct and 2 is wrong. What do you feel? Transfer of business as a going concern. GST is payable or not? I will show you the relevant entry. Entry number 2 is applicable in this case. It specifically exempts services by transfer of a going concern as a whole or an independent part thereof. So that is why statement 2 is correct. No GST is payable in case of transfer of business as a going concern. Place of supply of services provided to Mr. Ajay is location of immovable property. This statement is also correct because in case of immovable property, the location of immovable property is the place of supply. Yeah, Navneet, it might happen. That is why we advise you to practice simultaneously as you learn the new topics, but revision is important. 1 correct, good. So I hope students, Mustafa and everybody, now you are able to understand how to approach the case scenario. This was the question, which of the following statements is correct? This revision test paper has been web hosted yesterday only. So that is why I have, we get a lot of queries from students because in MCQs, no reasoning is expected from students. And that's why I have deliberately taken this case scenario so that you are able to revise. You are no more afraid of the case scenarios. And obviously the topics which you have covered, you are able to show your, you are able to see whether you have understood the concepts properly or not. So I hope that you like this question also because this is a new application based descriptive integrated case scenario in which applying all the substantive provisions and one question on procedural aspect as well. Navneet, very good question to solve. Thank you, Navneet. So is this question clear to you? I hope that you are able to understand. Are the concepts clear to you? Have you gone, have you understood how to approach the case scenario, how to answer the questions in the examination? Please give me quick feedback. Thank you, Ashlisha. Thank you for the feedback. We are always there. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you. Kuldeep is saying, madam, if 2 invoices are raised for concern totaling more than 1,50,000. See, for single activity, you have been charged if more than 1,50,000. There is in this exemption, it is not saying regarding invoice wise. So if consideration is more like 50,000, the total amount is taxable. Thank you, students. Thank you for participation and thank you. And the next class registration topic will be covered. So thank you and thanks for your feedback. Thanks for the motivation. Thank you to all of you and happy Diwali to all of you. Thank you. Regarding ITC, that provision you have already gone through. You may refer the chapter again. You will understand. Thank you, everyone. Good night and happy Diwali. Yeah.